All right, guys. Hi, and welcome to my live stream. Uh, I'm so excited right now with the brand new hover tanks. Let's see if there's an open sector I can hit. All right, I got 2 minutes left, so let's just play around with this one. Okay, where are my hover tanks? So when I do this, I like to put it into the future era, and then send one hover tank in. Okay, look at my attrition. Okay, my attrition is currently at 59. All right, and I'm only doing uh getting 2 bars of damage. Okay, let's compare the units. Okay, so right now the unit is boosted with 727 power percentage. My tank, my boost is only 152. It's so bad. Okay, but here's the difference. Look at my attack, uh, my stats, my especially my attack hit points. It's 302 compared to the Iron Age unit. It's less than 100. So I'm outdoing him by five. This unit by 5 times the damage. Okay, 5 times the damage. Hold on one second. All right, let's demonstrate that again. Hover tanks. Oh, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna. I'm just gonna go into uh, the battle itself just to show you hover tanks. Look at that. Hover tanks. Hover tank against Iron Age. No chance. No chance. Okay, no chance. So at 70 attrition, and I'm barely taking like at 60 attrition, I'm barely taking any damage. Okay, so let's see how much I can go. Let's see, there's like one shot, and the units is like 1 bar left. Okay, gotta hide this guy. Boom. Okay, let's auto battle it. Boom, boom, boom. This is like cheating to the max. Legal cheating. Cheating legally. Okay. At oh, it reset already. Okay. So let me save a few of these so that let me see. Okay, I'm gonna save my attrition so we can hit these sectors and like push all the other guys back. Let's see. All right. Thank you for tuning in. I'm just so excited with these hovers. So I just want to test it so everyone can see. Okay. Just by the stat alone. Okay. My attack stat is only 152, and I'm laying waste to units that are in the 60 attrition. Okay. Uh, but this is for only 10 days. Once we get back, once the next cycle comes around, I'll just have hover tanks against industrial age. And for a lot of people who don't know, there's goods and bad when you're in the industrial age. The problem with the industrial age is that one of the units can detect stealth. So basically, that's the hover tank's weakness. Is that one unit? I think it's the Huff Witzer. And the second issue with the industrial age is that they attack normal units first. They don't attack roads first. they attack normal units first. So there's a disadvantage when you're in the industrial age. But I'm gonna stay in the industrial age for a little bit, and then once I feel like uh, the advantage is less, I'm gonna move up to the progressive era. Um, Everyone who does this strategy, they tell me that the best age to stay in is the progressive era. So you're gonna see after I make this video and the guy on the Moon Cat guy, then you will see a lot of people will have hover tank in the progressive era and the industrial era, and those two age will become extremely competitive, especially with my boy Airy, who is like lights out with his 1,000 stats, you know. Uh, so basically, I want to be on his good side. Otherwise, he'll bully me all around. But once you, to me in this game, if you, you don't need to age up. You know, this game is flawed in for two reasons. One is GBG, because regardless of error, as long as you can produce more advances than everyone else, then you have the big advantage. The second advantage in that is like a greatly flaw in this game is the arc. Okay, the arc is so flawed that if you move up, or like if you just say the arc and the GBG itself, if you move up, then basically you gain more land and stuff, and you can build more buildings for like forge points and stuff. But as a player, you lose an advantage, you know, because imagine being in like the industrial age and the progressive era, and you have a unit that that outpowers the current era unit by 300%. You know, there is no reason to move up. You know, you can stay in that era, dominate. You know, unless you want to be like in guild in GBG or something like that. But for players like me, we don't want to play GBG. We're more of mobile players. So our goal is just to dominate one era, dominate the arc, dominate the lock thread, and dominate like the kill counts in GBG. You know, and the best way to do it is just stick with hover tanks in like the industrial or the progressive era, because how many people can outkill you? You know, how many people can outdo advances compared to you when it comes to GVG? You know, especially when you have stats like Ari, 1,000 attack and 1,000 defense on in the progressive era. That's big time, you know, because like a lot of people who are in the future era and above, they don't even have that stat, unless like you were like me, where in my previous account, all I did was concentrate on attack and attack defense. Where when I was in the progressive or the future era, my stat were like 1,700 and 1,200, but still when I was fighting in GBG, it didn't really make a difference, you know. I can do like 10 consecutive fights, and I had to switch out a unit. But right now, with a stat of only 150 and 120, I can do 10 straight fights in GBG without changing a unit, you know. And imagine if over time and I increase that, I'll be like Ari right now. He's doing 20 consecutive attacks, 20 consecutive fights before he even swaps out a unit. He doesn't even get a scratch on his unit. That's how strong it is. And also, because of the hover tank, it is so powerful with the 300% attack. You don't even need the Arctic Origami anymore. The Arctic Origami is just a waste of space, because what it is it will. So here's my hover tank against Iron Age. The reason I say the AO is a garbage building because it's so big, and it's only good for like units of error against units of error. And then when you do hit, you hit 100%, 150%. But the max I've seen people can do is like 48 or 50% of the time. Right now, if you get these hover tanks, right, you're getting 300%, 2 to 300% every single hit, every single hit. So why do you need an AO for? It takes the AO out of the picture, you know, and it gives you that 49 square space to do other things. You can add more tech, add more forge point, other buildings as well. So having just hover in the industrial age and in the progressive era, you have a ginormous, ginormous advantage over everyone else. If you the only kryptonite to it is you gotta keep up your diamond count. If in order to maintain a hover tank and keep them alive for a while, you need to create at least 2 diamond farms, or you you do a limit on how many hits you do a day on the hover tank. Let's just say if you were in GBG or GBG and the hover tank gets halfway, you gotta swap them out, and then once all 4 hover tank are injured, then you stop or you heal one of them and continue to fight. My strategy for the hover tank is basically when the hover tank gets to like the health bar gets down to 4, I'll swap them out, and I'll continue to swap them out until I'm down to my last one. And down to my last one, when fighting in GBG, I keep a count on how many diamonds I've earned. If I want my diamonds to continue to grow, then if I don't hit any diamonds, I'm just gonna stop right there. But if I hit some diamond, I'm gonna heal my hover tank, and then I'm gonna continue the fight. But that's the only issue with the hover tank. If you are like a diamond user already, then man, you will love the hover tank. The second thing, but the good thing about the hover tank is that if you kill yourself or you can't revive them, or forget to revive them, you can always send in a ticket to the help desk, and then they'll revive it for you. They'll give you like 4 free ones, and then once you hit the 5th one, they're gonna subtract about 45 diamonds from your account. Okay, so here again, let me demonstrate the power of the hover tank. I think I can probably take down this whole, well, how many camps is this? This whole 2 camp sector by myself. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna show you the power of like an auto fight with the hover tank. Okay, let me see if it takes any damage. Okay, no damage. Okay, let me take this out and redo it. Okay, let me see how many fights in a row I can do. Okay, one bar damage. 2, no bar, no damage. 3, 4, no damage so far. 5, 6, 7. After 7 fights, I know this is too much of a cheat because the unit is almost 11 to 12 ages above Iron Age. So far I've done, let me see. I think I did 11, 12 fights already. Let's just start this 9, right? 10, 11, 12. So after 12, 13 fights, you can see I've only lost 4 1 bar. Do you see how crazy that is? All right, let me check out anything happening over the gill side. No. All right. Let me see how many fights I just did. All right. So I did 25 fights. That was a total of 25 fights. Am I right? 25? No. I think I started when it was, yeah, it was like around 7 or 6, and ended with 25 fights and lost only 4 bars. 4 1 bars, not 4 like bars on one unit. I know it's a complete cheat, but hey, if FOE allows it, then it's not cheating. Okay. All right. Let me see where I'm at on my. Okay, so I'm going to continue on my story quest. I want to get a couple railguns and uh, 4 turrets to defend my city. Okay, I'm getting a couple of exoskeletal. Yeah, if you are just logging in and you want to see the hover tanks fighting in the Iron Age, just send me a message or send a comment in the send a message in the chat room on YouTube, and I'll do a demonstration for you. So, just to summarize it, yes, getting hover tanks in the industrial age is very easy. I thought it would take longer, but it only took me half a day to uh, to basically get get to the quest line where I can get the hover tanks. Right now, I only have 3. Um, there's one more, so I basically have to run through this whole thing to get it. Okay, so where am I? Okay, be residential. This right here, this is the truth or dare. This is the truth or dare quest that will stop your quest line. Okay, so do everything you can to not complete this or abort this. Okay, so I've been like double checking my thing every single time that I'm doing. Okay, here's my last hover tank. Acquire Bisora. And then scout the province to the south of Bisora, I think. Scout the province south of Bisora. Okay, so I gotta complete this one too. Okay, and that should complete my last quest for my fourth hover tank. Okay. All right, let me show you the hover tank again. Okay, so when this one of these open, I'll tear it down for you. I'll tear it down. Okay, I'm gonna basically annihilate any of these sectors. I've been tired of these fairy monster getting support by JR, and fairy monster is not doing much. So once this opens, I'm just gonna hit it. I don't know if hit it and take it or whatever. I don't know what my guild wants to do, but personally, I would just hit this, take it, and then just keep going and kick furry monster or furry survivor off the map. Okay, let me restart. Okay, I'm at 23. I don't want to go too much because I don't want to lose too much attrition over a fourth ring sector. But let me see. Let me see. I think there's nothing left to hit right now except for this one, but I don't want to like waste my attrition. I want to go for a full day, and then at the end of the day tomorrow, I will max out the attrition. I'm pretty sure it's gonna hit 100 really easy because I think all the three camps and two camps are gonna get annihilated uh, tomorrow. Because like over here, because right now on this fourth ring right here, I've hit 25 consecutive fights and only lost a couple of bars, only one bar for 4 units. So let me see. Let me look at it again. Where's my units at? All right. So I did 25 consecutive hits, went up to 10 attrition, and at 7 or 8 attrition, that's when the rogues started to take some damage, and they only took 1 bar of damage. Okay, so my guess is that if I continue to fight, so see the difference, 5 versus 300. So 5, or here's the other one. So uh, 12 hit points versus 300 hit points. So there's the big difference. Okay, I'm trying to get the rail gun so I can bring it out to test it. Rail guns, and I want to use the turrets because the turrets does splash damage. And then once I send out the turrets, I think it's gonna be over. Okay, let me see. Right now we don't have anything to hit for another 2.5 hours, 3 hours, 2.5. So at nighttime, in the past, I noticed that furry monster don't have many people on at night, as well as JR tends to be a little slower at night too. Um, but I think with just myself and hover tank, we can overthrow them. But I'm not too sure because if they have a couple players on that are that know the game, then the chances are won't happen. But most of the time at night, you only need like 3 or 4 people for races, or if you're lucky, you have like 5 or 6 and you're unbeatable. All right, let me see. All right, okay. Let me demonstrate hover tank. Man. I'm so happy. I just keep wanting to show my hover tanks. Okay, boom, no damage. All right, still no damage. Okay, boom. Okay, these two took 1 bar of health, but you can see if that was the case, then all the long range would be no use against the hover tanks. Let me just open this one more time and show a comparison of the units in power. Uh, okay, 300 attack hit points versus 12 attack hit points. Who the hell needs a Arctic origami for? 6 sector, acquire 4 sectors. All right, you're just logging in and you're seeing my live stream. Um, Throw a message in the chat and I'll show you the hover tank. Okay, just to show you that I do have hover tanks. Okay, and my hover tanks are fighting against Iron Age units. In GBG, and I will have this for 10 days. All right, there we go. All right, throw me a message in the chat room if you are on, so that way I know that you want to see the hover tanks. Okay, or throw a message in the FOE message box. But here's like a stat of the stat difference between hover tanks and Iron Age at the moment. Okay, um, so basically, I age up to the um, industrial age this morning. I realized that when you get up here, you don't require all these 24-hour production. Uh, you will need a few of them, but most of them will be 8 hours production. And then I believe there's about 3 quests that requires 8-hour production, and then only one that requires 24 hours. But the other thing is that it there's 4 quests that requires you to do the fastest production uh, uh, with your current era building. So if you do this strategy, when you jump all the way up to the industrial age, you want to lay down as many gunsmith as you can, so that way you can begin production for uh, like the current era. The reason mine was uh, the reason for mine is that I do the rush, so I need it to be up right away. But for those who don't are not rushing to get the hover tanks, then you don't need to do all this stuff. You can take it slow and then upgrade your buildings and your production buildings to get it. Okay. So again, showing you my hover tank. So I got 4 of them. You can get 4 of them from the quest line. All you need to do is just negotiate through every sector. Okay, every sector. Once I have this portion of the video done, I will compress it to like a shorter version, probably speed ramp through the whole entire series from when I was in Iron Age, and then what I've been recording throughout the day. That way you have an idea of how my strategy looks. I know Moving Cat is doing a similar strategy, but his is like going up age by age, and that is so much work compared to if you come in and then you hang out in the Iron Age until you do complete all your preparations. Once you have completed all your preparations, then it's so much easier just to jump in one day up to the industrial age and then getting the hover tank on the same day. And that's what I did today. I got 4 hover tank in the same day. Too bad I couldn't get it a little bit earlier, but I did get it right 10 minutes before reset, and then I tested it out. 25 consecutive hits, and these units right here, each of them took 1 bar each. Okay, 1 bar of damage each for 25 consecutive fights. So imagine if the camps are like 4 camps, 5 camps, you will hit forever without changing a single unit. Okay, you will break the record for most consecutive advances in a row. Uh, Too bad, like the situation we're in, we're kind of getting bullied by JR, but I think uh, after this, all this, after the time expires for these sectors, if no one, if they go to sleep, I'm gonna try to conquer every single sector in that direction. So we're gonna just. I'm actually I can't conquer it because my guild probably won't let me, but I'll try to hit all these 2 camps and all these 3 camps, and then see the results of how many sectors I can like take with like the 2 camps and the single camps.